no, Lisa's Mark.
Yeah,
Good
is good.
No,
Just
Lisa wasn't, but Mark was like, I just want to ban Lisa. And she was like, no. But can we have a pop-up table? And he was like, no, because I want to ban. So it's a bit pricey.
Fuzz I've been working on with Mike from a band called Boston Manor. So it's based on the FZ2 fuzz thing, but it's got like touches of like the heavy metal and metal zone like sprinkled in as well. So you've got like a clean boost side, like treble and bass EQ, get quite loud or cut quite loud, depending on what you're doing. The EQ's got like switches that adjust where the bass frequency is, so makes the bass lower, and then the treble one changes from like a shelving sort of filter to a peak. So you got like that, or
reasonably aggressive. Hello, Phil.
Hi.
Phil from Bleak, which is Electric, is now going to talk to us about his pedals and his nice lamp.
Hiya. Mirage is a phaser. It's kind of like a univibe and it's optical. I've got this. This is in like a sort of phase 90 sort of setting. I've got this throb switch that makes it adds that like bottom end and changes it with a few little bits and bobs to make it more unified. You can control this with the envelope, so you can it's quite clean. One really cool feature that I've added, as well as the envelope control, or part of the envelope control, is you can turn the LFO off, which gives you this kind of static. So you can adjust the manual output like this, which you can do that if you want. You can do with an expression pedal, so put like a wah, or you can do it with the envelope, and then you get like this kind of auto wah thing.
Based on your sort of pick attack.
Yeah. So which is pretty. I think that's quite unique.
Yeah.
Quite useful for making duck sounds and things.
I'm going to do this as quickly as possible so you don't have to listen to me for too long. Most of these are obnoxiously loud. I'm just going to go from start to finish. So first in the chain I've got this knobless octave up. It's like a transformer based octave up, and the idea was just that you would pair it with other pedals to give them, make them more aggressive. So this is what it sounds like on its own. The Mountain Mover is the most recent thing that I put out. which is probably like the straightest thing I put out. It's a big, it's a big muff with a ring modulator on there. You can opt to either have a latching foot switch or a momentary foot switch on the ring mod. So it's just like a really loud, big muff. Yeah, you can sort of mess about with the EQ and stuff with a bunch of different toggles. So you've got like a tone bypass, mid-shift switch, and 2 gain stages at the heart that you can flip in and out. Then you've got the ring modulator to make it get weirder. Basically, it's as noisy as possible.
I've got quite a lot of gear here, so I'm going to try and get through it. Look at the devices first. We've got a touch control synth that does this. Animals hate it, as do my neighbours. I haven't field tested this yet, so I don't know how it's going to fare in a live environment. This microphone with a built-in delay, dry control, tone control. You can modulate the delay using the eye on the front. Still trying to listen to this, and it's going to blow everyone's eardrum. That's enough of it. Pedals. I'm going to leave off what I brought last year because I've got quite a lot again. The first thing in the chain is a modified Miku pedal. I don't know if anyone's seen the Simon Magpie. He did a video about a month ago. You've seen that? Brilliant. Well, I've done that mod. So Miku is now super irritating. So I've rebranded it the Yoko Miku for Yoko Ono because it's really annoying. And then we've got the B2. It's a fuzz delay combination. I'll best just play it, show you some stuff that it is. Infinite feedback on there now. This is extension of the Fuzzy V layer, which was something I released last year. So the new features, we've got an infinite feedback. So that's going to keep going, and then you can play over it and it'll keep overdubbing. Modulate that with a built-in LFO. And then we've got the Flares by the Bell, which is a bugger to build. It's a combination of a Behringer VP1, more E-Lady flanger, and some blind panic gubbins to make it more fun. So you've got the phaser and flanger running in series on an order switch. That's running in parallel with the dry blend, because neither of them have a dry blend or a depth control, so I thought that'd make it sound more fun. I've got some modifications to the envelope. We've got a switch on the flanger side to basically puts it into like a constantly dropping mode. It's like, you know, in Roadrunner where Coyote falls off the cliff. It's like that. And then I've got a reverb, which is a work in progress again. It's a Belton-free Belton reverb. So we've got rid of the Belton brick and replaced it with 32399s in series, and then some of the shenanigans. It's been on the whole time as my background reverb. And you can saturate it and do all kinds of other fun stuff with it. That's been modulated by another expression pedal that's on a super fast rate, so it's kind of emulating sort of a spring sound. Slow it down and have it like a chorus and reverb. And then I've got a work in progress, which was originally a commission from a customer. He wanted they were ordering a load of pink pedals from a load of different companies, and he wanted percolators, so I made the pinculator. Instead of modifying the perk, because it's been done a billion times before, I decided to add other stuff to it instead. So we've now got a notch filter, a tone control, a sag control, the feedback button, which is all kinds of fun.
Accent. So we first released the Black Hole Symmetry, which is like a shoegaze machine. So it has a tape delay. You can activate a reverb that has a pitch shifting on it too. Was to recreate the concept of a black hole inside a single pedal. That's why it has this particular layout where all of the effects are going to the center. There's a dynamic tremolo that responds to the peak attack, so the more you attack, the fastest it oscillates. I have a prototype here for a pedal which is planned to be released on 26th of May. It's a delay, reverb, micro looper, bit crusher. All of the effects are controlled by a clock, so the clock changes the sample size, sample pitch. The idea for it was to recreate the clock motions, but in a musical way, so you can choose the intervals where it moves. So for example, you can have an octave step or I don't know, a second minor or fifth or whatever you want. So I'm trying to make a little demo of it. And you can engage a sequencer to make the clock move, so I don't have to play. And that's all for me. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Denis.
That's some records, proper. That's
This is one of the modes. So obviously the difficulty is what's playing out and what you're playing are inevitably going to desync. So you have to like figure out ways to like make them snap back in time. In this mode, it just like instantly records and instantly plays out whatever you play. Change the stretch from that. There's also a delay mode. You can modulate the stretch amount and grain size. Alright, that'll do, thanks.
That was absolutely incredible. Hopefully I'll find out a bit more. Everybody's now, we're going to go back to the headphones, so come back down and play with what you want to play with. But thank you again for all the exhibitors for coming and showing off what they've got. Thank you all for coming. Buy a t-shirt. Thank you.
And we're back once again with my good mate Matt at Blind Panic Devices. How you doing, bud?
I'm brilliant. A bit knackered now, end of the day, but it's been good. Really enjoyed it.
Hopefully I can actually hear you this time. Last time was
knocking around somewhere. The translator's knocking around somewhere, so you might have to
yeah, no, it was a bit of a fail last time with the audio. But what? Well, I already know myself personally what you've been cooking up and messing around with. But could you walk us through some of the highlights of what you've been doing since last we met?
So I think the thing that's gained the most interest today is the microphone pedal. It's a microphone with a built-in delay, and you can modulate using the eye on the front, using light, which is hilarious and very annoying. People like it. What else have we got? We'll keep on the devices first. So I've got a touch control synthesizer. It's got touch pads on the top and on the front, and it shoots a waveform to a really high pitch and then falls back down again. You can kind of control it, kind of like a theremin. It's pressure controlled, touch controlled, so you can control the pitch of the noise.
Awesome. What else have we got here?
What next? So the B2. This is my favourite thing at the moment. It's a delay with a fuzz combined. There's no gain control, it's just all fuzz all the time. It's the progression from the fuzzy belay that I had last year, with all kinds of new features. It's now goes into, you can turn it into a micro looper with a flick of a switch. It's got a built-in modulation, so you can do everything from chorus to full-blown seasick pitch bends, and it's also got if you mix out the delays, you can switch the feedback control and use that as an extra gain control, and that'll start bringing in some sub-octave frequencies. And again, if you roll guitar volumes down, you'll lose all the highs and just have the sub-octaves, which will vibrate your windows, and yeah, it's great fun.
Awesome. The other one that's catching my eye, the missing brick. I know we've talked a little bit about that. It's the first time. Did you have it last time?
No.
That wasn't there, was it?
It was ready last time. Well, ready the state that it's in right now. It was last time. But I've not had a chance to come back to it yet. But that's 239. It's a belt and brick reverb without the belt and brick. So we've basically replaced it with 32399 chips, which are your standard delay chips in most pedals now. Put them on a really short feedback time and stacked them together to create a reverb.
It looks a lot smaller than I was imagining. It was, I think, from pictures and stuff. I was imagining
it's quite invasive, doesn't it?
I was thinking it was like twice the size of that, and seeing it, like, oh wow, it's tiny.
Standard 1590 BB, yeah, BB.
Right, baby.
It's currently being modulated by this guy, which I'm using to emulate some kind of spring sound. You can turn it right down and change the waveform and make it more chorusy, or you can have a square waveform, slow speed, and ramp up your pitch up and down, and again, very seasick and swirly chorusy sounds. But yeah, when I'm using it with the reverb, I like to have it really fast and sort of emulate fake springs, basically.
It sounded fantastic earlier when you were running through that. Like, it really did sound like an authentic spring kind of reverb. It sounded awesome.
I do need to come back.
I'm not even like a spring reverb fan necessarily. I don't usually bother with spring. It's like the least favourite reverb type that I'll go with, but that sounded great.
Thank you.
And,
it does do normal reverb as well. If you dial it right back, you can just have it as a subtle background, sort of always on reverb.
That's really cool. Looking forward to getting my hands on one of them at some point when it's ready.
I will be coming back to it. I can't promise when, but I need to get back to it at some point.
And back this way, of course, the Pinkolator you talked about a little bit earlier.
That was a commission. Well, the original version were a commission for a guy on Instagram, and I liked it too much, so I decided to make it into its own thing. It's currently on maybe the last iteration before I'm putting it out. There's just a few fine-tuning, tweaking a few bits. There's nothing major to change on it, really. I just need to...
I absolutely love the resin top as well. Like, so many of your pedals that have that, like the Quackhead and other pedals as well I've had in the past. So cool, like the way they refract the light and looks just all rainbowy and hologrammy and amazing. So
thank you.
And of course the new tap and trigger.
2 new expression pedals. They're due to be released later on this year. One of them is a tap tempo. Get out of the way of the camera. A tap tempo LFO. It's got 2 outputs which you can ping pong against each other, or you can put them both on the same frequency. I think it's the word. And then we've got the trigger, which is an event trigger. So you press the button, it'll trigger a preset event. So you've got there's different waveforms on both of them. On this one, you can change the speed of the event, or the distance between them, the amount of times it'll ramp up and down. So if I press that, that's just on a single ramp. So it'll just go up and down one. Sorry, it'll go up to, I believe it's 36 impulses that it'll go up to. That's currently controlling this guy, which was built specifically to demonstrate these guys with, these pedals with. And this is it's a hex inverter fuzz with a frequency control, so it'll do everything from really spitty, raspy video game tones to an all-out balls to the wall fuzz. It's called the demolition device for a reason, because it is.
I love the aesthetic on that one as well. It reminds me of the WMD, now defunct. I think they've gone out of business. I think they're no longer a thing anymore, sadly. But yeah, it's like reminding me of those. I was like, I always wanted to mess around with one of those things. But that looks awesome. It sounded amazing earlier as well. And of course, this is the common. Not non-limited edition.
The normie version, the one that special people do.
Yeah, this is probably one of my favourite pedals that you've ever done. I think maybe even one of the best pedals I've tried this year, possibly.
That's an achievement.
Well, I've been through a few this year already.
Obviously, I've seen your eBay list and how many pedals you go through.
We're only halfway into the year as well, so but it could all change still. I'm not going to say it's necessarily going to be still at that place.
I'm sure it will.
We'll see. Thanks, Matt. Oh wait, no, we're not even done. The most important pedal on the board.
Oh god, yeah.
What did you do? What did you do, Matt? What did you do?
We kidnapped Yoko Ono and we crammed her into a guitar pedal. No, it's a Korg Miku. There was a modification done by Simon Magpie about a month ago, I think, which Phil sent me a video of and showed me his Miku, and one thing led to another, and we have done it. We've elaborated on it a little bit, so... I was
going to say, it's the only bit that Simon the Magpie featured was this.
Yeah, he just had the knob and the expression, but what I've done on the inside, there's an internal trimmer, so you can set the max pitch and the minimum pitch. So if you're using it with an expression pedal, it makes it into a more usable pedal rather than just being able to ramp the pitch up and down randomly. You can actually tune it to your guitar and have it go to specific pitches now.
That's so cool.
Although it is still a Miku, it's still annoying and abrasive. It's a useful and annoying and abrasive.
It still does all the Miku things.
Yes.
It's not taking away anything. It's just adding extra stuff.
And if you turn it right down, it sounds like a demon or something. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
I genuinely don't know what I'm going to do about the top. I think this top might have to stay on there as well. I think that's now going to be its permanent new look.
To do it properly, as you well know, but you did tell me I'm not allowed to, and now I feel like you're regretting it.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Kind of part of me is thinking, should that just be how it looks now? Like, it's no longer fully a Miku. It's now become something more.
If you want, I can make you a sticker for it.
What should I do? What should I do, people?
Then it's semi-permanent. Or just leave it on like that till it falls off and I'll send you another one.
You know what? I might leave it until that just disintegrates, and then once it disintegrates I'll come back to you for like the proper job if I want. Thank you very much, Matt, for everything and talking us through your pedals, and I'm excited to try several of these that I haven't tried yet, but demos will be coming soon.
You've only tried the Dilithium Clacker, haven't you, so far? Oh, and the flares.
And the B2.
Oh yeah.
And I've got these two at the moment.
Yes.
And I've obviously demoed that already the other day. I haven't tried that yet. Or that. Yeah, that's basically it. Demo for this is coming out in a week or so, I think.
Yeah,
is it the 19th? I think.
I was aiming for the 19th. Yeah.
I'm going to have to also aim for the 19th for my demo for this one.
Subject to change. We're aiming for the 19th. We'll see what happens.
Good enough for me. That's what I will also.
We need to try and get everyone sort of in the same page and get everyone going by the same hymn sheet.
Cheers, Matt. Thank you.
And you?
See you in a bit. Thank you. I don't know where I got it from. It's just I found it in the back of the wardrobe. And we're here with the brains of the outfits, as usual. Doug, great to see you again.
Nice to see you.
How's the afternoon been for you and your display of Chase Bliss ness?
It's been a blur. It's always a blur. There's always lots of interest in the table, so that's always really, really good. But yeah, generally speaking, it's, like I said, running on fumes at the moment, getting it all together. But yeah, it's great. Like we were just saying before, just to have it's a really good lineup this year. So I was really thrilled to some of the people said yes, they'd come, and like first-time exhibitors and really innovative UK pedal builders as well, and French pedal builders. But you know, to get Collision from France was like a real coup for me, so
yeah,
I was there.
I couldn't believe that when you announced that they were going to be here. I was like, no way, that's big, that's pretty awesome.
I know Denis stayed at our house last night, so I picked him up in the station. He stayed with us, and then he helped to get the tables out. So it's like I'll try and make things as easy as possible for everybody, so they come. But no, I'm really pleased how it's went. There's been lots of interest. Fat Lil was a great venue. So couldn't be happier. It's been
I'm looking forward to chatting with him later as well and getting a little bit of a close-up look at what he's brought along. Last time, then, I can't remember. Was the Lossy out yet? We haven't spoken about the Lossy yet. So I think that's the only pedal that's been out since last pedal party, isn't it? Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
What can you tell us about the Lossy then?
Well, Lossy kind of does the same thing that Generation Loss did with the sort of tape degradation, but it does it in a more of a sort of digital way. So it would be like your early 2000s digital compression, digital failure, really. So it's on that regard, so it has a completely different flavour to the Generation Loss, but it's kind of in a similar ballpark. It has stereo reverb as well, and it has a freeze mode, which is fantastic. The filter, I really enjoy fiddling about with the filter, and the sort of frequency knob, very interactive. So that coupled with the reverb and the freeze modes is it's been a big hit. Lots of people have been interested. Lots of people have been fascinated. Lots of people have been bamboozled. So it's been. But I still am too, so it's all fine.
I was going to say, I don't know a lot about it, but from when it was released, I vaguely remember there being something about it being based on a plug-in.
Yeah. It's like takes the plug-in, but then like turns it up to 11 effectively. So it's I think the plug-in was much more of a subtle affair, which obviously you can get it on this, but it's just more. It's just more.
Kind of like you haven't got one here, but the reverse mode C is kind of like a similar thing with like taking the Empress algorithm and then blowing it up.
Yeah, exactly. But then because that's part of the small batch Bliss, so that's not actually part of the product line.
Okay.
So that's not that's at home. So because you can't actually buy one if you wanted one. They may well do like another small batch in the future. I don't know, but because it's pointless me taking a pedal to a show that you can't buy.
Yeah, sure.
So, but that again was a lovely pedal, really well thought out.
I actually bought myself one. I think, did you have it on your board last time?
Yeah,
I think because I remember I tried it then and I was like, wow, this thing's amazing. And I managed to snag one on eBay for myself. So yeah.
Oh, well done.
So I think it was actually after Nick had. Was it the same one that he borrow yours or did he buy his own or whatever?
He had his own. No,
he has his own. Oh yeah. See, it's just one of those pedals. He's like, anyone tries it, he's like, I need one of these. I need to get this in my life.
It's a tremendous thing.
It's such a fantastic pedal. I never even tried the Empress full version. The super delay.
The Echo system I had, which had the super delay on it, but
did it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
But it was a bit more of a stripped down version. But no, reverse mode C was a lovely.
It's a fantastic pedal. At any rate.
CXM also got a lot of attention today because
you ruined me. Well, this pedal ruined me last time. I was like, oh, that's the most expensive pedal probably on the market, I think, in the world or something, or close to it.
I don't know.
I'm never going to be able to afford one of those. It's probably overhyped or whatever. And then I plugged in and heard it. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. It's a very instant sort of
absolutely blew.
Marvelous. And then Mood has been really popular as well. because of just the delay and the reverb algorithms are so choice and it's lush and everything. So, and then the micro looper always fascinates people. So the different modes that Az had, and Blooper's been getting a lot of interest too. So it's
I've nearly bought a Blooper on so many occasions. I can't tell you how close I've been to buying that pedal on many times. I will get one at some point.
It's having a bit of resurgence, I think, just in popularity, because I did some events where 2 or 3 on the bounce, Blooper hardly got any attention at all. So all of a sudden it feels like it's coming a little bit further back into people's consciousness, at least, just because it's so capable. It's really capable, and it's a lot of fun.
I feel that way actually about the Therme. I've been seeing that popping up on people's boards a lot lately, and online, people talking about it more and more. And it's quite an old pedal now. It's been around for a while.
God, 2017, 2018 is when it came out, so it's been around a long time. But
it's still sticking with people. I still love it. It's a great.
Just what it gives you, and even just like the straight delay without the pitch shifting it's fantastic. It's just lovely, creamy analog, and it's a tremendous little thing. It's like it tells you what to do, which I really like. So you have to play around the sequence that it gives you. So I really like that aspect of it. And the Warp Vinyl still like the oldest pedal, probably. I think it's the first one they released, but still it's a giver. It's like, because the analog chorus, it's just sort of lush and classic. It's really it's been great.
Is that on the hi-fi?
Yes. Yeah. And then Habits had a lot of attention, where it's like the fun aspect of delay and then the effects and all sorts. So it's
I did try that one last time as well.
It's under these lights. Habit looks really cool, actually. So
it's like a bright peach kind of colour, isn't it?
The colours really zips out at you. So and then they're going to have the sort of dark weld at the start of the chain, so like a reverb at the beginning, and you're not going to put it at the end when you've got that. So I always do that, because you've got the sort of freeze mode, the black mode, so you can get a drone going, and then I can use that to mess around with other pedals and things as well. So I always have dark weld near the start.
I don't know if you've already played through these for everyone yet, have you? Or because I went out for lunch with Stefan earlier, and I've been gone for like 2 hours or something crazy. So I don't know if I've missed anything. Have you already played through these?
No, when we did the meet the creator aspect, I was running a bit late, and we were having I had a dodgy patch cable that I couldn't locate.
It's always the way.
Yeah,
we can all relate.
Yeah, so in the end, I could have skipped my bit because I just wanted to concentrate on everybody else. But it's just one of those things. But we're playing tonight at the gig, so
of course, yes.
So we're I'll get it all up and running by then. I'll have a bit more time to go through everything, but I just went into panic stations and thought, I can't put myself through it. So we kind of skipped my bit.
I imagine that must have been a very frustrating moment. But yeah, like you said, you've got this evening. There's a big ambient show.
Ambient show. So it's when I used to release music, I was 9 is the level. So Nick and I are playing 3 of my songs. We've got Ryan, who is the year's Rain. He was stood there, but he's not there anymore. Who makes the most delightful ambient music. I really love Ryan's stuff. He's got a monster pedal board. Have you seen his pedal board?
I haven't, no.
It's in that massive flight case. So Ryan's a lovely guy. And then a chap called Simon Colliston, who does Sight Non-Sight. He makes he used a lot of Ableton Push and samples, and he does a whole series about his travels to Japan. Fascinating, and he released them on cassette. It's really high quality, really lovely, and he uses a lot of tape stuff now, so he's using tape and digital and stuff. So like an ambient show after this. So we'll
should be good.
It will be good.
It will. I'm sorry, Doug. I'm sorry. Don't hit me again.
Not again.
Thanks, Doug. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thanks
again.
for putting this on again, as always. You do a lot of hard work, and it doesn't go without. It goes without saying that it's appreciated, and
that's kind of
it's a lot of hard work putting stuff like this together. I'm sure. So good on you. Fair play.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take care. Have a good show. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
A first for the channel and for the Witney pedal party, Tom from Glowfly. It's great to meet you, sir, after all this time.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
I feel like I'm a lot more enthusiastic about this moment, but I understand. I'm joking. How's it been? How's the afternoon been for you?
It's been good. There's loads of people I've never met except for online, and it's great to see them in the flesh.
Yes.
In glorious flesh.
Faces to names and all of that.
Yeah.
what have you brought along? We've heard a little bit earlier when we were playing through, and we heard some awesome sounds.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on here, which is why I only thought I'd play a few of them, because it's way too complicated. I've even made these little guides because and even they don't really cut it. There's too much going on. It was a bad idea. I'm never leaving the house again.
That was a great idea. It's like, flashcards for each pedal. It's a really good idea.
People have headphones, so
yeah.
I don't need to lean into it.
No, not really. I can do this. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, it's a good idea. I think that's smart. You thought about this. You put some thought and effort in.
I did. I splashed that on a laminated machine, and I've got to use it for something. I mean, it's just sitting there.
Absolutely, it has to be done. So a few of these I am familiar with already. I have had the pleasure. Albert, I have sung its praises
Shiny
hither and thither.
Facelift there with
the new faceplate.
If you get the angles right, you'll see the
it's
divine.
Like it's a bit of a. Yeah. Oh, look at that! Oh, check that! Check. Oh, pretty. So that's looking awesome and such a great pedal. I promote that all the time, everywhere online. Anytime anyone's asking a question about a lo-fi, I'm looking to get a pedal that does like a generation loss type of a thing, whatever.
Gen loss is right over.
Yeah, I'm not talking too loud. You don't want to spend all that money on one of them. You want to get one of these.
It's half the price, but it's maybe half the features as well.
There is that. But no, it's if you like something, slimline, straightforward, and easy to navigate and dial in and all of that kind of stuff. Obviously,
that's what I was going for.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect for that. I was going to ask you as well. I'm good friends with Elad Girant. I believe you collaborated with him a little bit on one of his recent pedals that I demoed as well recently.
Yeah, LF7. It's a sort of clone or expansion of that Ibanez pedal. It's like a filter fuzz thing, and includes the noise and dust from Albert.
Yes,
so that's nice. Working with Elad.
Yeah, is it the Velvet Ant? I think was the one I demoed. It had your
top lad RE lad.
I know, man. He's great. I'll get one of these. We share a similar sarcastic sense of humour. So.
Does that mean you don't share us?
Oh, I don't. Am I being sarcastic now? I don't even know. Oh, I'm going. It's going. It's like Inception levels of sarcasm. The Albert, fantastic. I've tried this one before. I think the Hypnosis. I've had that on my channel before. That's a lot of fun. What can you tell us about that for anyone that might not be familiar?
Octave delay. You've got freeze mode. It's very sort of washed out sounding, like octave. So higher pitch and lower pitch, but like really like filtered. So it reminds me of like a dilapidated, collapsing church organ, which is why Hypnosis.
Yeah, makes sense.
It hypnotises you in a gnostic way.
It's a great name and an awesome pedal. Episodes, always just such a legendary pedal. I've again talked about this pedal so much on my channel before and online elsewhere. Amazing thing, so cool. So you got three kind of granular algorithms, or you can pick and choose the algorithms that you want to have on this. Right?
That's the idea. I mean, this is there's the stock version that I just because it can get very confusing. Option paralysis, people call it. So that's the stock version. But you can, if you know a little bit of coding, you can fine tune it to your desire.
I know no coding, so I have enjoyed the 3 stock algorithms that I had from you from the beginning.
I mean, most people go for that. To be fair,
that is all what I've ever needed. It's been such a great pedal.
So I love it as well. I love this button. I can hear it when I touch it. There's no sound. I can hit. Can you hear that grinding? That digital dust manure.
You need to do the demos, man. My lyrical, my poetic words are nowhere near on the level.
I'm 4 pints deep. It's like
that's what I need to start doing. I need to start drinking before editing my videos. I'm a big fan of the pixel dust.
This has been drawing the most eyes today, to be honest.
And rightly so. It's just ludicrous.
It requires the most explanation as well, but it's worth it when you get it.
Yeah. Okay, we should talk about things I haven't used or tried before.
Yeah, you know the glitch wave. Do you know this one?
I've got one of those. You let me have one of those. This one, I think I initially asked you about.
Yes,
doing
this
for me,
actually
and then
came
that came
from
about because of me.
Yes.
You're welcome, world.
You are the grandfather of this pedal, yeah. It's true. It's true.
So yes, again, anyone that might not be aware, what is this one?
It's a quite simple one compared to the rest of them, at least. It's a lo-fi modulator, I think we call them.
Ripples, is it?
No.
Or did it used to be called Ripples?
It used to be called Wobble, was your name.
That was my crap name, though. I'm useless at naming things. You made it, you name it. And I'm like, no!
It explains what it is very well, but I don't know, it doesn't really fit in with the nonsense names of the rest of them.
Exactly, this is why I'm no good.
I went with Ink Cap, which is kind of mushroom, and it's kind of inky. It's a pretty simple modulation, lo-fi kind of tape bend thing, but it has this random knob. You can introduce randomness to the LFO. So, it's
super
nice.
cool.
Extra.
Yeah, I use mine quite a lot. When I've put boards together, it's usually right at the end of my chain for random, crazy vibrato kind of stuff. It's awesome. The ones I haven't tried before, the other ones I haven't tried before, this curious beast on the front, and this one as well. What can you tell us about these two?
This one's a prototype, so I'm not quite sure what it's going to be yet, but it's a granular time stretch thing, as you can see here. Hearing is believing. You want to listen to that one. It's too many knobs and possibilities to really explain, but yeah, it records what you play and stretches it in a loop and also in a live looping sort of delay mode. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. And this one, next to it.
This is a stereo panning effect. Sorry, I keep leaning to the mic. There's a stereo auto pan, so it's really good with headphones especially, so it's been perfect for today. It just pans left to right, manipulates the stereo fields, but with different LFO waveforms that are also dependent on your input signal. So it's kind of semi-random but controllable, and just warps your sense of place in space through the stereo field.
Talking my language. This is all good stuff. I think it has to be said, or if it isn't already obvious to everyone, there are very, very few companies in the UK doing digital stuff in general, but especially all the time stretching granular and stuff like that. So I think you're flying the flag sometimes for for that stuff on your own.
That's scary to think of.
Much responsibility.
Only on this small rock. Not you go over to Belgium and you've got Drolo and then Fladask.
Yeah, but that's a big if, isn't it? It's if you go over. Yeah, but you're not going to, are you? You're here. You're here. We're all here.
I guess so.
You're here, so it's important. So I think it's important anyway. So fair play to you. One more thing, I haven't tried that one. I don't think the Cats and Jammer.
Cats and Jammer.
What does that do?
It's a pretty straightforward looper, but with a speed /pitch changing capabilities. It's quite an old one. It's made with those Antiphone machine chips. So it has this weird sort of lo-fi recording quality, and it's all compressed. It's fun, and you can change the pitch. It's straightforward for once, so it's unique in that sense.
That's a lot of fun. That sounds awesome. I think that's everything. I think that's because everything else at I was going to ask you about, I've already demoed on my channel before, the end credits. End credits before, I've got one of those. The amazing thing that is so much fun to play around with. And again, for anyone that doesn't know, that's a delay.
Yeah, it's a bit crush delay. It's weird. You split the the usual time knob across two knobs. So you have one that just changes the pitch or the sample rate, and the other that changes the actual time. It's confusing, but it's kind of intuitive when you get used to it.
I think it's amazing. Just having down-sampled repeats. It sounds awesome. So.
Yeah, and a little freeze mode.
Yeah, the freeze mode is great as well. Yeah. So awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. It's been great to meet you at long last.
Casting thine eyes upon my wares.
Indeed.
I feel like an NPC in a video game is just selling items. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And they say the same thing over and over again, are they? They just got a rocket launcher and a
We should probably let go of our hands at some point, but I'm getting quite comfortable, I'm not going to lie.
Bye.
A first for the pedal party, collision devices, and Denis.
Yeah.
Denis.
In French we say Denis.
Denis. I'm going to say Denis. That's a good
Denis is fine.
I'm saying Denis. It sounds loads better. Welcome. Thank you for making the effort of coming all the way over here from France to be here today. That's awesome. What have you brought along to show us, and what you can tell us? Can you tell us about them?
We build our pedals in France. We are based in Angers, which is between Nantes and Paris. We are a tiny company. We are just 4, and we develop all of our pedals with a concept behind the pedals. So the very first one we released was the Black Hole Symmetry, which is a shoegaze machine. We wanted to represent the vision of a black hole we had, so something very ambient and noisy, etc. So we can get sucked by the singularity, which is the center of the black hole. So the idea was to have all of the effects going to the center, and that's the idea for this one. Then we are, as we listen a lot of ambient stuff, we wanted to do our own ambient machine, which is a nocturnal. For us, it's one of the best device to spend like sleepless nights because you want to dive into it for hours. So it has a shimmer with 2 different filters, a digital and an analog one. It has dynamic tremolo, which responds to the attack, to the peak attack or to the volume, and it has a tape delay here. So you can enable all of the effects together or separately as you want.
And are they all in series, those effects?
Yeah, that's it. And then we recently released Singularity, which is the first from the black hole, which has been took to a single enclosure. It has a wider frequency range. It's better for synthesizer, drum machines, because it has a really cool low hand on it, so it creates very cool notes on the snare or kick attacks. So it's very, very cool with those type of devices. And we released the TORS, which is our first with a MS-20 style filter. Plus it has custom-made knobs and fader caps. So it's very cool. It's a very versatile machine, allowing you to like fit through the mix or creating very noisy textures. So it's cool.
I've been seeing this one in particular all over the internet. Everyone seems to be going crazy for that.
Very cool, yeah.
I see it a lot.
Yeah.
And go back to the Black Hole Symmetry. That one, you said that was your first pedal. I remember seeing that again on forums. I've seen it on Guitar Pedals forum. I don't know. Ever since it came out, people have just been crazy for that pedal.
Yeah.
I would love to get my hands on one at some point to do a demo one if I can, because that one in particular really intrigues me. I want to try this one. Is this one a different colorway to a different design to what they usually have? I think I remember seeing you post about it before. A unique.
It was blue. The standard design is blue, but it's a limited edition we did with a friend of us, which is an illustrator. The idea behind this pedal is that June, the little girl, is the daughter of Joel, who left with a spaceship to find a black hole in space. But Joel does not come back, so June spends endless nights, sleepless nights. So that's the idea behind the pedal, and this is June.
It's deep, man. This is like the narrative behind this. It's gone way deeper than I was expecting. That's awesome.
TORS is a robot, like in the Interstellar movie. It's a robot that was in Joel's spaceship, and he escaped just before Joel disappeared. He tries to bring us some audio files to let us know what happened. That's the idea. And
this isn't the same Joel from Chase Bliss, is it? It's a different Joel.
No, a different one.
Good to know. And another extremely interesting pedal on this board, Secret Prototype. What do we have here?
So we have reverb here, delay, micro looper, sample reducer here, and here step sequencer. So both audio effects have a DSP where they sample sound, etc. They are affected by the clock control that changes the sample size and pitch. Right. So when you change the clock control, it modifies the pitch and the size of your samples of your sound. So we wanted to automatize the clock motions, the clock movements. So we created a step sequencer, which is here, and you can choose in which intervals the step sequencer move. So if you want an octave move, or a fifth, or a second minor, or whatever you want, with a different mode, if you want to make it move with a higher or lower frequency. Yeah. So that's the idea. So it's like an industrial ambient noisy devices. It does a lot.
It sounds like it. Wow. So a bit of an exclusive for my channel then too. Any kind of hint about how long it might be before that's being released?
2 or 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
It's soon.
Yeah, it will be on May 26th.
Wow.
So yeah. I can't wait.
If you want some free promotion, I'm here. That's all I'm going to say. If you want a hand with that, let me know. Thank you very much, Denis. Much appreciated. Thank you again for coming along to our humble island and showing off your amazing creations. So thank you very much
for hosting me. Thank you.
Cheers. Take care. And of course, we couldn't say goodbye without saying hello to Phil once again, Bleak District Electric. How's it going, bud? You all right?
Very well, thanks, Phil. Yeah.
How's your afternoon been?
It's been lovely. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it.
So the opposite of what you were expecting, like you were telling me earlier.
The exact
camera.
Opposite. Yeah. How bad it was going to be. Yeah.
See you, Stefan. Quickly, film Stefan. Film Stefan. He's getting away. See you, Stefan. Bye, Stefan. Love you, Stefan. Stefan at Guitar Pedal X there, beating a hasty retreat into the night. Carry on, Phil, sorry. Cutting you off there.
No, it's all good. It was great. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Again.
I've enjoyed it. It's been great to have some newbies along at the show today as well. First timers.
Yeah, it seemed pretty busy.
Obviously, we talked at length and I've demoed everything, I think, apart from the new one.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't sent that to anyone yet.
Oh no, I wasn't. I didn't mean how that came out is not what I meant. I was just saying. I was going to ask you about it just generally. You could talk us through it. Although now you mention it, come on, man.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
I thought we had a professional working relationship here.
We have a good one, I think. No, I've been experimenting with a different. With not sending them out to people. This has had features added that have really taken it to another level, I think, and also a couple of little bits of noise that I could pick up on in the previous one sometimes have been eradicated, which I always love stuff like that. Yes, I'm chuffed to bits with it.
It should be, man. It sounded amazing earlier when we were all hearing it.
The envelope control is pretty unique, that can control either the LFO or you can turn the LFO off and it can just control the phase shifting itself, which is pretty unique. Yeah, like you heard, you can get the kind of auto-wiry sort of stuff out of it. I think there is Electro Harmonics have got a phaser that's got loads of knobs that can do something similar, I think. I'm sure I had the idea from somewhere ages ago.
So you stole the idea from
Not directly,
Harmonics, is what
but I just had I think I get a bit. I like the envelope thing. It's great. I like it.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
And this is to be fair, it's like the Tapescape really. It just needed that next version to just up it into what it is.
Iron out a few.
And to just add all the features and I'm a bit Sometimes I like less features. Sometimes you just have to get all the stuff on there and go for it.
I think you've got a good balance of obviously you've got your smaller pedals here that nice and simple and just super easy to navigate the controls and dial in the sounds. But then even when you've got like the Tapescape, which I've got obviously, more controls, but it's still just super intuitive to navigate and dial sounds in and things like that. I really like that.
Yeah, we'll see.
And it looks like the Mirage is a similar kind of on a similar level, basically.
Yeah. Everything it's kind of similar with this. A lot of things with the switches, you get different functionality from the knobs and things like that in some respects. So
and as you were demonstrating earlier, there's lots of like hidden sounds or things you hadn't bargained on or counted on or thought about before. Like,
stuff just pops up, and you realise that by making it be able to do one thing, then you also for free get it to be able to do this, if you know what I mean.
Which is not bad value for money, is it?
Yeah, it's great. Exactly.
I intended for it to do that. I totally meant for that to happen.
But that's how it all happens. That's how all the stuff materialises, isn't it? You sort of try and do something else pops up, and you can keep the bits you like, and just got to keep going.
Absolutely. I can't go without thanking you again in person for contributing the rec head to my recent giveaway.
Oh, you're
as
very
well.
welcome. Yeah, of course.
That looked absolutely astonishing.
No, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah,
it was amazing.
It gets a
so
good
much
home.
more than I was expecting it to be. It was only kind of like an afterthought, almost asking any chance of maybe something a little bit unique, or it doesn't have to be unique. Just I don't know, anything remotely. I was thinking like different coloured knobs or something, or and then you went and did that. I was like, what? That's amazing.
It's all good. Yeah, that's the one advantage of using the labels like I do. Is that, I couldn't do like one-offs for an order, but along with some of the things that I was ordering, I could do that. So yeah, it's
very cool.
Glad you like it.
I did. I was very, very torn between do I keep this and give away my one instead, or what do I do? No, I can't do that. I
could have even redone, because I actually ordered 3 labels for it, and this never normally happens, but the first 2 had issues with them, so I was down to 1, and I'm glad that it worked out all right.
One that worked
I would have had a spare, but I haven't, I'm afraid. So that is the one.
It is extra special. You know what? That's what I wanted. I wanted it to be special for the giveaway.
That it's like that. I think if you say something's going to be special, it has to be special.
It should be. Yeah. Don't just say, it's a limited edition thing, and then next week, it's an actual release. Yeah. All of a sudden.
Fair,
awesome. Thank you again. I'm going to let you go, and I'm probably going to see you next time if we're doing this again.
I presume it's going to happen again. Another, I don't know what other shows, something. Are you going to any
There's a few about in there this year. There's a couple more to go, I think.
I'm going to Bristol and Brighton.
I am not at the moment. I have no plans to, but I might rethink. Doug was actually asking me about that earlier. I might.
It's a bit of a mission.
It's a little bit. Unless someone else wants to carpool or something, I can tag along or something.
I think I'm taking my family actually, so I can't offer that, I'm afraid.
I can
drop in more hints.
I wasn't, I swear.
I haven't had one of these yet, and I'm also looking for transport down to some of the shows down south.
Am I that transparent?
You go past this neck of the woods, don't you, Phil? You go past Stour Bridge on your way.
Surely it's not that much out of your way. Just swing by, just pick up a straggler on your way past. No, it's fine.
If I can make it, I will. I'll see you.
Either way, I will see you soon at some point. I keep saying as well, I'm going to come up and visit your new shop.
If you ever want to do that, you'd be very welcome. Yeah, there's still a bit to do on the studio side.
I saw Nick Reese last video when he came up and visited, and it's amazing.
It will be. Yeah.
No, it looks amazing now. I can see where it's going to be. It's going to be even better.
Yeah, cool.
It looks great now. You've put a lot of work in.
I have, yeah. There's a lot of materials.
It looks a hell of a job.
It's on the 4th floor and there's no lift, honestly.
Oh, you're joking me. I didn't even know it was that high. I just assumed it was on ground floor.
No, it's on the 4th floor of a 200-year-old mill, and it's got to carry, I don't know, it's got at least 100 sheets of plasterboard up there, 40 sheets of OSB, 30 sheets of plywood, and then all the timber for I don't know how many lengths of 4x2 timber, 100, let's say. Lots of,
How you find the time to build pedals in amongst doing all of that?
Well,
I have
the
no idea.
studio's sort of gone. I've had to leave that for a bit anyway. I spent a bit too much money on it. So.
Well, yeah, all the best with that anyway.
Thanks, man. Yeah, you're definitely welcome. Have a jam. That's what it's there for.
Hell yeah, I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. Yes, I'll let you finally pack up and go home. Thanks, Phil.
Nice to see you.
Appreciate it. See you again.
Bye.